never slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness.
In second place, and it may well be that we've
two back straights. I think I'd call this one. It's Brian Uriarte and David Gonzalez. Gonzalez definitely earlier, I'm not sure, but whatever the case is, Pugliese now slots into second.
Just got to pause, calm and nerves a little bit and wait to see how it unfolds at the end of the
putting himself in the frame for a potential World Championship ride going forward, and he goes for the with David Gonzalez just behind, Pratama back up to fourth.
And race, down the waterfall. Marco Morelli takes into third place there, picks up the slipstream.
The lead now, he overtakes Brian, under braking into that left-hander, but how much of his drive?
Danish and Pratama are right together there. They're sorting themselves out for the second place in the cup. Brian Uriarte around the outside.
Whoa, goodness me.
You can't name it.
As he sacrificed not too much as he maintains the lead there. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Danish up into fifth now as well, just off the back of this group. He's the real beneficiary of the
calm your nerves. Benyat Fernandez on the number 7 sweeps up the inside, and if it finishes like this, Gonzalez, Uriarte, Pratama, then
melee that ensued, turns 1 and 2, but it's Pugliese now leading.
The Italian in front briefly takes the lead, but well, who's in front? I can't tell you who's in front. Right,
not
it
really.
Is still Uriarte is the cup champion, no matter what happens tomorrow. The home crowd, and there's plenty of people to cheer him on this weekend. He wasn't thrilled with yesterday's race at all. Number 7, Benyat Fernandez.
Goodness me, just there was a variety of lines there, wasn't there? I mean, this is the case of we're sitting down the back straight again. They come, a little bit of weaving in the background there. We know they've been warned about that after it got.
But this is his chance to sign in front of his home crowd. Oh, and he's looking determined.
Now Peter's riders not wanting to lead potentially. I mean, it's getting very messy now. It's as if a lot of them a little bit out of hand over the last couple of rounds, so they got to keep that one in check as they go full slip.
Heaving and bucking around there as he on the brakes, but he gets it turned okay.
They don't really want to lead coming down the start and finish straight. They want to be the ones doing the dive bombing, not the ones getting dive bombed. And it was Ramadani through Curvone, the fastest corner on the calendar. And now it's full braking and little sort of. We got Veda Pratama just losing a place to Danish there, so Danish, well, doing the biggest dive bomb of them all, but it's going to be Morelli who goes through the front, and that is Guillaume. Works of power between the corners, and they're going 3, 4 abreast, and Morelli nearly clips the back wheel of. This is what happens then. Danish back to his very best. He moves alongside Brian Uriarte, looks up the inside of curve. Block going wide, getting all crossed up. It's Morelli leading the way from Ramadani Veda Pratama. You don't want to be doing that, Marco, as he slots into 4th.
Yeah, so any idea
but thinks better of it. Well, with first place in the championship lost, Danish now really want in second place now. That is why then they don't want to be the one that's getting dive bombed to determine
that Brian Uriarte was going to get to the front and run away with it. That disappeared very quickly, didn't it? Because
it's that second place to move up into the Moto3 World Championship with.
And it still is the
one. So we are seeing more silly sort of antics in the penultimate corners.
There's another, a thinker we haven't talked. Gonzalez, Pratama, oh, they're well off in the blue stuff there. That's okay. They don't get number 31 in front. Giulio Pugliese, the 16-year-old Italian. Too much about it. I think it's back in 11th place is the 54 Veda Pratama, and I can just imagine he penalised for going off on the blue stuff. Only if they touch the green have they got to be careful.
We are all concertinaing up, aren't we? Veda Pratama just off the back. Marco Morelli 6th, Mitani 7th.
It's the sort of guy who's sitting there in the middle of the pack, not wanting to do anything too dramatic, and going to wait.
Morelli really trying to make his way through on Veda Pratama. He just tried to outbrake him there, but Karpushin's there as well. He obviously had the crash yesterday with Veda Pratama, and that's
see how things unfold.
Carlo Thompson's another one of those riders, I reckon, Peter. He was in 8th. Pratama cut his nose off to make sure he couldn't get through. Brian's back in the lead though. Where's Danish? Just on the back of which, very unfortunate. No long lap for Karpushin. I mean, that was a pure racing incident when there's that many riders into the line, but found himself way up front after that. Goodness me. Now this group, he's behind the number 32 of Ramadeepa, the Indonesian rider who's been on some great, such short literal space. Things are going to go wrong, aren't they?
And
oh no, who was that? It wasn't Plonk going wide. It was somebody else then. great form lately as well. He's trying to go on the inside.
Ooh, did he touch it? Almost looked as though the fastest lap of the race so far for Guillaume Planck, the Frenchman, in 10th place.
Could have been Singapore actually. He's down into 7th place now. I think it was. It was Mike Yu, unfortunately.
Touched rear wheel there, didn't it?
I think he left a couple of tyre marks on Ramadipala's leathers there. And then Kermantinez, the Venezuelan, had that yesterday as well. 146.5 with...
Right, so down the drop they go off the waterfall, and it is Mark.
But Danish, after an initial sluggish start, he's in the groove again. 8th position, trying to make it substantially slower than yesterday, but with the wet patches around, that's no surprise.
Yeah, as you say, it's Morelli who has the slightest advantage. There is the 51 of...
His way up to 7th. Gonzalez trying to make a move on Brian Ariarte into first again, but not quite.
Concertinaed up very much, hasn't it? There's only, you know, a couple of seconds covering the top. Well, he can sometimes a points leader, depending on where he is.
Exactly, but he's not at the moment. He'll be fine.
Yeah, superb, nice line from Brian Ariarte there, hanging on to the advantage.
Morelli's made his
19 or so.
Ricardo Thompson up into 12th place. Yesterday he finished up only in 2nd place, finishing in a position like that. There's Pugliese then. The 31 has not had a great way up into 3rd as well, ahead of Pratama. So this would be the case where Ariarte does take the 6th position. That is a really, really good ride from the Australian up from 12th. Great weekend of it so far. Had a very nonplussed expression about him all week championship today.
Yeah, indeed, indeed. And of course Veda knows that, so he's going to be...
He was said, it's all right. Yeah, I bet it is. Anything less than a podium's not Ken Long so far, but he might well be feeling a bit happier after this. Morelli still leads down in towards...
He must be worried about the two Spaniards getting ahead now. They could make a break.
Satisfactory for Carter.
No, indeed. He needs to just have that great result.
Turn 1, but goodness me, how many riders abreast do you want to beat? Ramadipa goes in a 2nd.
On Morelli and make it very difficult for them. We'll see what happens.
Through Curvone we go, on board with the
end of the season that he's, he had some really superb wins, and of course a winner, in
place then.
And Brian Ariarte came up the inside from about 10th place to 5th.
Indonesian, not quite as he tries to make a move through Morelli there. That is one of the bravest places to
place too, so he's got to get back to that sort of form.
The step up that Carter Thompson's made this year has been fair.
Place on the brakes there into the first right-hander.
But it's Morelli, look, you've got to be careful, guys. You can't let him get away. This is it on the calendar. Look at that! Oh, wow. But it's such a pleasure to watch. Very noticeable. Australia certainly has another name to cheer for in the future in World Championships. This is getting a bit... big move there for 3rd place. Benyat Fernandez up.
Of course, it's his 3rd season, so he will not be back in the Rookies Cup next season.